The Royal BC Museum works closely with museums throughout the world, exchanging information and sometimes specimens. The museum is currently learning more about plant diversity in our province thanks to specimens on loan from south of the border. Veronica Cooper explains.
This is a beautiful specimen of Areophorum, which is also called cotton grass. Here you can see historically how specimens were affixed to the acid-free paper using a linen strapping. It works remarkably well. It's still very stable after 80 years.
These plant specimens, 266 in all, are on loan to the Royal BC Museum from the herbarium at the Academy of Natural Sciences of Drexel University in Philadelphia.
First of all, it really is a good example of how museums work as a network, natural history collections in particular, but all museums.
They were all collected by one American woman.
Mary Henry was a plants woman extraordinaire. She was a horticulturalist and a botanist who lived in Philadelphia. She was born in the late 1800s, and in the 1930s she got really interested in a part of British Columbia that is still quite remote.
Henry heard stories of a tropical valley in northeastern BC, now the Peace River region of the province.
This was probably related to Liard Hot Springs, and all the heat that comes out in that area probably supported some unusual plants.
And so Henry, with her husband and 4 children, traveled from Philadelphia to Hudson's Hope to undertake a 3-month expedition.
She had over 50 pack horses that would carry all their supplies and their tents and the plants that she was collecting. She would keep them in soil. So she was actually carrying live plants back to Philadelphia and putting them in her garden and then trying to propagate them from there. She pressed and dried plant specimens as a scientist would. So she kind of crossed over in the two worlds between horticulture and the science of botany.
80 years later, Mary Henry's work is proving invaluable.
She got into very remote parts of the province where perhaps no one has been since. So that means that we may find out that a plant occurs in the Rocky Mountains and we didn't know at the time.
Now immortalized, one of the Rocky Mountains, Mount Mary Henry, is named in her honor.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.